The Rangers Network is live from Rangers Gym in Spring Branch, Texas. Tonight, it's Varsity Girls Basketball. The Lee Volunteers take on our Rangers in a pre-district matchup. Lee dropped their season opener, and our Lady Rangers are looking for their first win tonight. Girls Hoops on the Rangers Network starts now.
And good evening from Spring Branch, Texas, home of the Smithson Valley Rangers, where tonight we welcome you to the 2020-21 basketball season for the Lady Rangers of Smithson Valley as they host the visiting Lee Volunteers. Good evening, my name is Roland J. Reese. Proud to be bringing you this one this evening. Smithson Valley will set to tip it off right now with Lee. We'll give you those starting lineups here in just a moment. Opening can tip. This is controlled by the Lady Rangers of Smithson Valley. With the ball is Gabby Elliott, now right side. Trinity Garrett. Try to go inside, ball stolen by the Volunteers, and they'll run. Basketball now, this is Kendall Jones. She runs the offense. Now right side over to Caitlin Castillo, one of the team leaders in scoring for the Volunteers on this early season. Here's Castillo with the basketball, swinging it left side. Now back to Kendall Jones. Castillo looks at the three, but decides to pull it down. Jones with the basketball, trying to make something happen in the middle. Working it into the middle, shot blocked, and a rebound comes off to the Smithson Valley Rangers. Now the very, very talented point guard Trinity Garrett is to go right side, in off the glass and good. That basket good for Gabby Elliott. And the Rangers were on the board with an early 2-0 lead. Pass right side for the Lee Volunteers. They try to make things work. Jones with a shot. Doesn't go. And the rebound comes off to Smithson Valley. Trailing all alone under the basket was Carolyn Dias. The ball goes out of bounds and it'll be Lee basketball. The Lee Volunteers starting Caitlin Castillo, number 5, number 12, Madison Ramirez, number 15, Savannah Ramirez, a freshman. The other freshman, Kendall Jones, who's been running point guard for the Volunteers. And the center is 5'11", Meredith Tice. Set the starters for the Smithson Valley Rangers here in just a moment. Just underway, first quarter. Here's a kick back to Jones. Three-point attempt. This falls off the rim and no good. And the rebound comes off to Trinity Garrett and the Smithson Valley Rangers. Garrett on the dribble. Garrett sizes up the defense. Trying to find something in the middle. Garrett will take the dribble off the glass and good, and a foul. Trinity Garrett, that's a foul, number 5. Caitlin Castillo, her first team foul. And Trinity Garrett to the line for the Smithson Valley Rangers, and she's good. So our score early on, Smithson Valley 5 and the Lee Volunteers nothing. We were mentioning the starters, Allison Howe there, who you just saw, the freshman who just stole the lead pass. Also number 15, Trinity Garrett. Talk about Trinity and what she has done recently, coming up a little bit later on in the broadcast. Gabby Elliott, number 25 for Smithson Valley, also starting. Number 30, Carolyn Dias, and number 20, Taylor Diaz on the floor to get things started for the Rangers this evening. Right now, Trinity Garrett on the dribble. Left side of the floor. Field general penetrates, and good. 5 early points for Trinity Garrett. And a whistle and a 30-second timeout on the floor for head coach Kate Henderson and the Lee Volunteers. Coach Henderson in her first year at Lee High School, former assistant coach and head coach of the University of the Incarnate Word in San Antonio. Volunteers off to an 0-2 start thus far this season. They fell 28-21 to the Jay Mustangs back on Friday a week ago, as a matter of fact, the 6th of November, and fell to the Taft Raiders 54-30. That was at Littleton Gym back this past Tuesday. For the Rangers, they're off to an 0-1 start as they fell in their season opener, which was back last Friday night, to Stevens by a final of 49-22. Off the glass, rebound taken in by Gabby Elliott, and the basket is good. So give Elliott 4. The Rangers up 9-0. On the drive, there's a foul. Foul is called on number 30, Carolyn Dias. Her first team foul. Substitution in the game now for the Lee Volunteers is coming in number 4, Kennedy Richelieu, replacing Savannah Ramirez. Vols with the ball. Driving right side, a shot by Jones, no go, and the rebound off to Smithson Valley. Here's Trinity Garrett. Working the ball in the middle, now back outside. The jumper from the free throw line, good for Allison Howe. She has her first bucket of the ball game. And it's 11-0 Smithson Valley. On the dribble, stolen. Trinity Garrett taking it coast to coast off the glass, and good, and a foul. 7 early points for Trinity Garrett. That foul on number 22, Kendall Jones, her second team foul. Now coming into the game for Smithson Valley, number 11, Corinne Levy. She replaces Caroline Dias. Garrett with the free throw attempt. This one falls away, no good. And the Volunteers with the rebound. On the dribble, this is Caitlin Castillo. Caitlin now left side to Kendall Jones as they work around the horn. Three-point attempt, no good. Trinity Garrett, the rebound. The pass, beautiful pass into the lane. Levy couldn't finish. And the Lee Volunteers come away with the rebound. Here's Castillo as Heaven Carter gets set to check in for Smithson Valley. Left side and out of bounds, touched by a Smithson Valley Ranger, and the ball will remain with Lee as Heaven Carter checks in ball game. Be replacing Taylor Diaz. 13-0 Smithson Valley, 3:13 left to go in the first quarter. Now on the dribble, this is Debbie Hernandez. Hernandez right side trying to make something work. Can't pass along Allison Howe as she raises her hands for the big block. Trinity Garrett now on the dribble, looking over the offense. Slowing things down just a bit. Trinity left-handed dribble. Now left side. Pass back to Trinity Garrett. Is Gabby Elliott trying to make something work in the middle, nothing doing there, and they kick the ball back outside to Trinity Garrett. On the dribble, Caitlin Castillo guarding her, and beautiful shot. It's 15-0 Smithson Valley. 2:20 left to go first quarter. And the Volunteers try to work in the middle, a traveling call. Checking in for the Lee Volunteers. A correction, checking in for Smithson Valley. Number 42, Elizabeth Williams. Devin Carter Left side back to Trinity Garrett. Playing a little game of catch on the right side. Now finding Corinne Levy. Ball out of bounds, and the Rangers will retain possession with 1:53 left to go in the quarter. Evan Carter looks to inbound, finds Trinity Garrett. Garrett right side. Here's the shot. 3-point attempt off the rim, but gathering a rebound and going back up for the shot a third time. This time falling true is Gabby Elliott. 6 in the quarter, 17-0. Smithson Valley out to a big lead early. Right side, 3-point attempt, no good. Gabby Elliott the rebound for Smithson Valley. Hands off to Trinity Garrett, and Trinity slows things down. Trying to work it inside. Baseline jumper that time by Gabby Elliott, no good. The ball sails out of bounds. Checking in now, Meredith Tice for Lee. Also number 5, Grace Clifton for the Smithson Valley Rangers. Under a minute now left to go in the first period. 17-0 Smithson Valley. They've been dominant, led by the play of Trinity Garrett. No shot on the play as the referees blew that off. There'll be a turnover. The ball will go over to Lee. Is checking in once again Taylor Diaz. And also number 30, Caroline Dias. Volunteer basketball. Caitlin Castillo on the dribble. Left-handed dribble. She tries to penetrate, nothing doing there, kick it out. Now to the right side, handling the basketball is Debbie Hernandez. Chris Hernandez trying to look into the middle, forcing it in there, but a whistle. And we'll check this. The foul is being called on number 5, Grace Clifton. It's her first, second team foul. And it's Lee basketball with just over 20 seconds left in the first quarter. Left side shot from near the three-point line, no good for Meredith Tice. And the Rangers have the basketball. They'll probably hold for one shot here in the quarter. Trying to work it inside. That's Clifton. Outside three-point attempt. Falls well short. Our score at the end of one, Smithson Valley 17, Lee nothing. Back with more in a moment right here on the Ranger Network.
Tonight's broadcast on Rangers Network is brought to you by GVTC, Ferris Orthodontics, Smoky Moe's Barbecue, Fisher's Market, Sage Capital Bank, HEB, Summerhill Dental, Dermatology San Antonio, and Wick Productions.
From your girls basketball program, you have Trinity Garrett going to the University of South Alabama.
Wednesday, Ranger point guard Trinity Garrett signed her letter of intent to play college basketball at the University of South Alabama. Our future Jag has been selected as first-team All-Region and last season's defensive MVP for District 26-6A. Plus, she was a member of the San Antonio Express News Super Team. There you see Trinity. Last year, it helped lead the Lady Rangers to the bi-district playoff where they lost in the first round to Austin Westlake. Bucket by the Lee Volunteers, and it's 17-2. Rangers with the basketball, get their pocket picked that time by Debbie Hernandez. Hernandez goes down the length of the court. Whistle and a foul. And they got Heaven Carter, her first. It's third team foul on Smithson Valley. And Debbie Hernandez to the line. Her first free throw falls true. Debbie Hernandez, 12 points on the young season for the Lee Volunteers. Her second free throw attempt. This one also falls through. Score now 17-4, Smithson Valley. Heaven Carter dribbles across the midcourt line. Now goes right side. This is Diaz. Diaz cross court to Diaz. Heaven Carter. Diaz three-point attempt. No good, but Smithson Valley with the rebound. This one touched and out of bounds by a Lee player, is getting set to check into the ball game. Number 4, Allison Howe. Number 25, Gabby Elliott. And number 15, Trinity Garrett, who we just saw. Garrett to inbound. Does and finds Diaz. Trinity Garrett with the ball once again. Her shot no good. That's an offensive foul called on number 25, loose ball foul on Gabby Elliott. Her first. Fourth team foul on the Rangers, and it's Lee basketball. On the right side. The shot from the baseline no good, and the rebound is off to Tice. Three-point attempt no good. Ball batted around, and the referees say that the Lee Volunteers will retain possession. Just underway here, second quarter. Shot off the back of the rim, no good, and the rebound comes off to Gabby Elliott for Smithson Valley. Cross-court pass, three-point attempt off the front of the rim, no good, and the rebound off to Lee. Exchanging a few misses here in the last several times down the court. Blocked that time, Allison Howe. And the ball will go over to Smithson Valley. Trinity Garrett on the dribble. Garrett left side to Dias. Get to Dias in the corner. Shot no good as it kisses off the rim, and Lee comes away with the basketball. Castillo on the dribble. Trying to work it inside, nothing doing there as Dias comes away with the steal. Gives the ball up to Gabby Elliott. And finally back to Trinity Garrett, who dribble across the midcourt line, trying to get things set up. All alone in the middle. Nice observation that time to find Howe there in the middle, but a whistle and a foul. That foul will be on number 3, Meredith Tice, her first. It's a 13 foul on the Volunteers. And to the line, Gabby Elliott for Smithson Valley. Gabby Elliott, 6 points and 3 assists on the young season. Checking in, number 10, Jocelyn Sauceda. Also number 4, Kennedy Richelieu for the Lee Volunteers. Number 11, Corinne Levy in for Smithson Valley. As Gabby Elliott goes to the free throw line. Second attempt falls through. Our score is now 19-4, Smithson Valley. Rangers applying a little pressure. The Volunteers get it across the midcourt line. Right side, great defensive effort that time by Trinity. Pass just out of the reach of Levy. Trinity Garrett on the defense with the steal that time. Rangers turn the ball over, and it's Lee basketball. Right side three-point attempt. That one falls true. And the Volunteers now cut into that lead. It's 19-7, Smithson Valley by 12. Here's Trinity Garrett. That side three-point attempt from the baseline for the Rangers, no good. The rebound comes off to Lee. Caitlin Castillo, left-handed dribble. Forces the ball right side. There's a jumper, no good, and the rebound off to the Volunteers. They'll retain possession. Castillo, right side, gets the ball back, now trying to drive. The whistle and a foul. This one called on Trinity Garrett, her first. And that's a 15 foul for the Smithson Valley Rangers. Lee will inbounds. Pass, this one thrown away by the Volunteers. They turn it over, and it'll be Smithson Valley basketball. 3:58 left to go in the second period. It's Rangers 19, Lee 7. Here's Trinity Garrett on the dribble. Goes right side, back outside to Trinity Garrett. Tries to work it inside to Howe. Howe saw that Gabby Elliott had a moment by herself, but overthrew her, and the ball goes out of bounds. It's getting set to check in. This is Elizabeth Williams. She comes into the ball game for Corinne Levy. Referee making sure things are okay on the floor as Lee inbounds the basketball. Caitlin Castillo. This time swinging it right side, back outside to Jones. Jones on the dribble. That's a double dribble on the Volunteers. They'll turn it over. It'll be Smithson Valley basketball. 3:18 left to go in the half. Gabby Elliott will inbound this to Trinity Garrett. Garrett on the dribble. Head coach Matthew Sutherland calling out direction. Sutherland in his second season here at Smithson Valley. Smithson Valley finished third in district 3 years in a row, bettering themselves each year. I'm certainly looking forward to this 2020-2021 campaign. Ball out of bounds on the Lee Volunteers. Smithson Valley basketball. Here's Garrett. The pass deflected by Williams. She regains possession of the basketball to Gabby Elliott. Elliott to Garrett. Three-point attempt. No good. And the Volunteers come away with the ball. This is Kendall Jones on the dribble. Forcing it left side. Three-point attempt falls true. And there's a whistle and a timeout by Smithson Valley with 2:21 left to go in the half. Our score now, Smithson Valley 19, Lee 10, and we'll be back in just a moment.
I'm Dr. Matt Bayless with Summerhill Dental. If you've been putting off going to see the dentist out of fear, I want you to know that it's time to go see your dentist. We have a procedure in place on how we intake patients and how we handle all patients to make sure everybody's experience here at our office is safe and productive. People have been afraid to go to the dentist just for a routine cleaning, but we've got you covered. It's time to come back and see your dentist. Summerhill Dental, your Smithson Valley dentist.
Back with you now at Smithson Valley High School. Well, few sporting events. The football team, of course, moved to December 4th as they travel to take on Judson. Volleyball will be playing by district playoffs next week on the 20th as they take on Madison at Canyon High School. And tomorrow, the Rangers Network here for boys basketball. We'll be live as the Antonian College Prep Apaches come to Ranger Gym to take on Coach Ike Thornton and his Rangers boys varsity team. Tip-off 2 p.m. tomorrow, absolutely free. If you'd like links sent to you when Ranger Network is live with all of our sports action, text the word Rangers to 42828, and we look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Right now it's girls basketball action. Smithson Valley up 19-10. Three-pointer, guess who? Trinity Garrett. And the Rangers go up 22-10. 2 minutes left to go here in the second period. Turnaround jumper by Lee is no good. Richelieu on the attempt. Trinity Garrett once again on the dribble. It's Evan Carter. Straight away, left side to Dias. They find Howe in the middle. Nice bucket. Gabby Elliott. Great presence of mind. Elliott has 4. That's a foul on number 24, Lionera. Her first. And now Gabby Elliott to the line for the and one. And it's true. 6 in the first quarter, 5 in the second. 11 points on the night thus far for Gabby Elliott. And it's 25-10 Smithson Valley. Pressure applied by Smithson Valley. Here's Jones, and she's called for traveling. The ball will be turned over to the Rangers with 1:22 left on the clock before halftime. Heaven Carter gets set to inbound this, does to Trinity Garrett, and back to Heaven Carter on the dribble. Across the midcourt line, Carter goes right side to Trinity Garrett. On the dribble, Castillo guarding her off the glass. Beautiful Trinity Garrett. And our score 27-10. Smithson Valley with the lead. Volunteers kick it outside. Lionera with another three-point shot. She misses this one. And Trinity Garrett running for the Smithson Valley Rangers. Pass off to Dias, over to Evan Carter. Trinity Garrett on the dribble. Howe tries to set a screen. Garrett the shot, no good that time. And Lee coming away with the rebound. Here's Castillo running. Castillo looking for Niera on the left side. Niera on the dribble. Tries to work it inside. A whistle and a foul as Allison Howe will get called for her first. At 16 fouls on Smithson Valley. And the Vols will retain possession. The shot by Jones is good. Her first bucket of the evening. And the score is now 27-12, Smithson Valley. Now with 10 seconds left in the quarter as Trinity Garrett brings the ball up, puts a move on. Garrett, a little too hard off the glass, but gathers in her own rebound. Dias the shot just before the buzzer. Rolls off the rim and no good, and we've reached halftime. Our score, Smithson Valley 27, Lee Volunteers 12. Back with more in a moment. Halftime here at Smithson Valley High School on the Rangers Network.
I'm Dr. Matt Bayless with Summerhill Dental. If you've been putting off going to see the dentist out of fear, I want you to know that it's time to go see your dentist. We have a procedure in place on how we intake patients and how we handle all patients to make sure everybody's experience here at our office is safe and productive. People have been afraid to go to the dentist just for a routine cleaning, but we've got you covered. It's time to come back and see your dentist. Summerhill Dental, your Smithson Valley dentist.
Tonight's broadcast on Rangers Network is brought to you by GVTC, Ferris Orthodontics, Smoky Moe's Barbecue, Fisher's Market, Sage Capital Bank, HEB, Summerhill Dental, Dermatology San Antonio, and Wick Productions.
Hi, I'm Donna. I'm so excited to welcome Dermatology San Antonio to Smithson Valley.
I think we made a great decision.
You know, you have a beautiful office, but I brought a few things that I think you're really going to like.
Donna?
Principal Wall, are you here to welcome Dermatology San Antonio to Smithson Valley as well?
No, I'm here for my 3 o'clock Diamond Glow facial.
Principal Wall.
This week in Rangers trivia. Over the last 2 weeks, Smithson Valley's defense has posted back-to-back shutouts and wins over South San and New Braunfels. When was the last time the Rangers win 2 consecutive games without allowing a point? Is the answer A, the 2010 season, B, the 2014 season, or C, the 2018 season? The answer is A, the 2010 season. That's right, it's been a decade since Smithson Valley has had back-to-back shutouts. That season, the Rangers finished with 5 total shutouts, with those consecutive performances coming against Alamo Heights and Clemens in district play.
Yes, 10 years ago, back-to-back shutouts, kind of like we're doing now. Those were our 5A days. We'd spent a couple of years in now what is 5A, and we Lockhart and Alamo Heights back-to-back. Those were big wins and took us on to an undefeated district championship that particular season. So going back to the New Braunfels game, second straight shutout. Coach Westfer, 11 quarters of straight shutout defense, including the last 3 quarters of the Clemens game. How's that happening?
Well, we just try to play one series at a time, really one play at a time, one series at a time is what we talk about with the kids, and we're trying not to talk about it very much or focus on it. We're just trying to play good defense on this play, and the kids are playing really hard right now.
Well, I think the biggest key is limiting explosives. We're playing such explosive football teams in our league. Everybody's got these playmakers, and just stopping the 70-yard throw and catch or the 85-yard run. Making them drive the football, and that's big. And then I think the turnovers. Somewhere along the way, maybe they'll turn it over or get a penalty, or we'll just stone them 3 and out. But really all the above, and you can't have any weak links.
That's right. And I think right now everybody's doing a good job of taking care of their responsibility. And like you said, we've been able to limit the explosives, and that's been huge. We've given up a couple, in the last few games, but not like the other teams have been used to getting. And and if we can keep doing that, then I like our chances. But we're just trying to, like I said, let's play good on this play, and let's play good on this series, and don't think about all that other stuff. Let's just get better right now.
Well, and I think tied to that is running the football well and possessing the ball and playing well in the kicking game. And Coach Shin, does the offensive strategy tie in with the defensive strategy?
Oh yeah, definitely does, and makes our job easier. Like we said last week, that's always good. But New Braunfels was committed to the run, but our defense is playing as well as they have been, and causing turnovers. We were a little hard-headed, and we were going to run the ball. But then we also took advantage of some man coverage, because they were loaded up in the box and trying to make it hard on us to run. And we had guys, Jalen made some good throws, Maverick made some good catches down the field. But it definitely ties in, when your defense is playing like that, and, offensively, just keep doing what we do and wear them down as the game goes. That's been a pretty good recipe for us.
Well, I think people lose sight of that. You get offensive minded and then you get in your own domain, or defensive minded and you get in your own domain. But keeping the football and making some explosive plays. You mentioned Maverick, Zach McDonald got behind the defense once as well, and then. Just and converting third downs. Dylan Domel with a nice throw and catch with he and Jalen is a 10-yard game, but it's 3rd and 7.
Big play, very
third and 7. It allowed us to keep running the football, and then we hit another big throw and we score and put the game away. And a lot of times that gets lost. Wyatt Hayden,
Huge game.
Yeah, big time.
Didn't get interviewed after the game. Wasn't the ESPN Player of the Week or anything like that, but 4 or 5 punts, line drive, tumble punt, playing keep away with their returners, maximizing a roll,
Field position.
43-yard net. So every time our defense runs out there, New Braunfels was staring at a long field.
That really helps.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to mention him here, and then, this is probably the first mention that he gets as far as that. But our players know it, our coaches know it, and the fans that keep up with us know it. And so, it all ties together. And the bottom line is, did you win the game? It's not how many yards you gave up or points you gave up or anything like that. Do we win? And we were out to win, and we did win, and a good win. And a couple of Thursday nights in a row at Ranger Stadium, and then now we're kind of back to normal. Here we go playing Judson in a big ball game, except we're not. We get off the practice field Monday, and I pop down in my office, and I got a voicemail there to call our athletic director, and she tells us that the Judson superintendent has pulled the plug on the game, and with some COVID issues. So suddenly that game, much like the New Braunfels game 3 or 4 weeks ago, has been punted to our next open date, which is the last playing date of the season. So we suddenly find ourselves in an open date. And unlike New Braunfels, though, we're able to quickly convert to an open week. New Braunfels, we get the thing canceled on the morning of the game. We'd spent all week practicing and didn't schedule time off and things. So what typically goes on in an open week, Coach Westphal? What have we typically tried to do through the years?
Well, typically we try to get our players rested a little bit and healthy, but then we try and focus on improving ourselves and focusing on fundamental football again. Not necessarily we're getting ready to stop this set of plays. How can we improve our overall fits and working together as a unit? How can we improve the fundamental skills of tackling, block destruction, those sort of things.
Right. Offensively, Coach Shin, what goes on?
Same thing, fundamentals, and that we can only control what we can control, and we were getting ready to play Judson, but now it's an open week, so I'm so impressed with our guys. Hey, this is what next, so let's go get better, improve every time we go on the field, and try to get ready for the next time that we come out.
Our next game is East Central. Don't have them this week. We'll have another midweek coaches show prior to that, and we'll talk a little bit more about our matchup with East Central out at East Central. There's some famous alumni from East Central. Some of them very notorious, and others not. And so, but anyway, we do have some upcoming events on the Rangers Network that we hope you'll be a part of and want to view. We've had our Rangers athletes that sign national letters of intent, scholarship agreements for the various sports. There'll be a link sent out to our subscribers to watch coverage of that. And this coming Friday, our girls basketball game will be broadcast live on the Rangers Network. And Saturday, we have a live broadcast of our boys basketball team. So we hope you'll watch those. If you're a subscriber, you'll be sent an email and click the link, and you're on and you're watching it. If you're not a subscriber but want to be, then text the word Rangers to the number on the screen and you'll be one. Thank you for joining us on our midweek coaches show, and we'll see you next time.
On this Friday night for girls basketball, Smithson Valley Ranger girls basketball, as they're hosting the Lee Volunteers this evening, and they're out to a 27-10 lead at halftime. Take a look at some of the scoring. Allison Howe with 4 first quarter points for the Rangers. Trinity Garrett, wow, what a show she's putting on. 7 first quarter points, 5 in the second. She's got 12 points thus far in the game. And Gabby Elliott with 6 in the first quarter, and she's got 5 in the second. That's correct, 4-11 thus far as we're back underway with Smithson Valley basketball. Here's Trinity Garrett, speaking of, leading scorer in tonight's game on the dribble to the right side. 3-point attempt. Gabby Elliott, no good, or correction. It's Taylor Diaz, no good. Slant a foul on Smithson Valley. That's their first team foul, as Lee has the basketball. Here's Jones, left side Castillo, swinging it left to Niera. Speaking of Niera, 6 points in that first quarter that first half with a pair of 3-pointers. She leads the scoring for the Lee Volunteers. Right side baseline dribble. No. The Volunteers and Niera come away with the basketball. Back outside to Jones. This is Richelieu. Back to Castillo. Off the glass, no good. And this is Gabby Elliott with a rebound. Elliott gives the basketball up to Trinity Garrett. Left side working it back inside to Howe. Turnaround jumper, no. And the Volunteers with the rebound. Niera coming off the dribble. Trinity Garrett with the steal. Finds a trailing Diaz. Not able to convert on the layup. And the Volunteers come away with the rebound. Just underway here in the third quarter, Smithson Valley, a 27-12 lead on the Lee Volunteers. Here's Jones, now right side Niera. In the middle to Castillo, back out to Niera. 3-point attempt, this one good. Niera with her third 3-pointer of the game, and we've got a 30-second timeout right now on the floor by Smithson Valley. Like to remind you tomorrow, it's boys basketball right here on the Ranger Network. Be live as the Antonian College Prep Apaches come to Ranger Gym to take on Coach Ike Thornton's boys varsity Rangers. Tip-off underway at 2 o'clock. See that 3? That's just to keep you awake. That's the only reason. 2 o'clock is the tip-off. It's absolutely free. And if you want links sent to you when the Rangers Network is live with all of our sports action, I can't tell you how handy that is. Do this, you'll love it. You'll find out anytime we're on the air with a Ranger game. Text the word Rangers, 42828. Once again, that's 42828, and we look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Trinity Garrett on the dribble across the midcourt line. Trying to go in the middle of the lane. She draws the foul. This will be a foul on number 4, Kennedy Richelieu, her first team foul for the Volunteers this second half. Trinity Garrett to the free throw line. First free throw is good. Pulls up and her second free throw is good. 14 points for Trinity Garrett. 29-15, Rangers lead by 14. Pass stolen, coming down off the glass, Gabby Elliott, no good. And Trinity Garrett once again gets in the air, knocks the ball away, steals it. Up for the layup went Dias. That'll be Richelieu's second foul in as many minutes as Carolyn Dias goes to the line for Smithson Valley. Her first free throw falls good. That's Carolyn's first point of the game. Checking into the game, Meredith Tice. She'll be replacing Kennedy Richelieu. Nice second free throw attempt. This one hits the rim and bounces away. Niera with the steal, with the rebound. However, the ball is stolen by Trinity Garrett. Takes it up, no good. Rebound put back is no good by Diaz. And here come the Volunteers. Across the midcourt line, this is Jones. Right side, Niera, another three-point attempt. This one, no. And there's a whistle and a timeout by the Lee Volunteers. 5:17 left to go, third quarter. The Rangers have built a 30-15 lead over Lee. We'll be back with more in just a moment, right here on the Ranger Network.
A whole lot of things have changed over the past few months, but some things have stayed just the same. Here at Smithson Valley, we are still making your kids smile. You may not see that as easily with those masks on, but those smiles are just beneath. And when all this passes, and it will, you'll really be reminded of how we just keep making them smile. Thank you for your trust and support, and get your guns up.
Back with you now at Smithson Valley Ranger Gymnasium this evening. 30-15, Smithson Valley leads the Lee Volunteers. It'll be Lee Volunteer basketball right now. With their basket as Kendall Jones looks to inbound. And she does. This is Caitlin Castillo. Left side back to Jones. Niera straight away. Now over to Jones just outside the three-point line. Here's Tice. Swinging it to Jones left side and Castillo. Niera, three-point attempt from the wing. It's good. 4 threes tonight for Laya Niera. She leads the Volunteers in scoring with 12. 4 three-pointers. And it's 30-18 Smithson Valley. Right now, Heaven Carter on the dribble. She goes right side to Dias. Her three-point attempt good. Caroline Dias with 4 in the quarter. And Smithson Valley up 33-18 over the Lee Volunteers. And a stolen ball. However, we're going to check this, I think. That is the case. They're going to get Trinity Garrett for her second foul of the game. That's the second team foul on Smithson Valley. It'll be Lee basketball on the side. Trinity Garrett anticipating the ball, looking just as aggressive on defense as she does on offense with the basketball for the Smithson Valley Rangers. Here's Tice swinging it right side to Castillo. Ball stolen. That's Allison Howe. She gets the ball over to Trinity Garrett. Garrett on the dribble right side. Goes to Dias. Now left side Howe. Swinging it around to Heaven Carter. Trinity Garrett backs things off as Castillo's out guarding her. Whistle and traveling called on Heaven Carter. It'll be Lee basketball with 3:45 left to go here in the third quarter. Here's Caitlin Castillo on the dribble. Bring it across the mid-court line. Heaven Carter out on her. Ryan Niera taking the pass. They swing the ball over to Jones. Jones to Tice. Castillo. Right wing three-point side. Ball knocked away. Touched by a Smithson Valley player. And the Lee Volunteers will retain possession as Kendall Jones gets set to inbound this. Jones inbounds to Castillo. Just inside the three-point line, left side to Tice. In the middle, shot no good by Lee. The rebound comes away to Trinity Garrett and the Smithson Valley Rangers. Here's Dias, another three-point attempt. Ball no good, great save that time. The Rangers retain possession and a whistle. And the foul this time called on Savannah Ramirez, number 15 for Lee. That's her first third team foul rather, for Lee this evening. And it'll be Ranger basketball as checking in Corinne Levy for the Rangers. Get it away right side. Gabby Elliott on the dribble. Comes left side to Heaven Carter. Trying to work it inside. And Allison Howe. The turnaround jumper falls true. It's 35-18 Smithson Valley. Here's Castillo on the dribble. Left side to Jones. Away in the corner to Niera. Now back outside to Castillo. Tice holds the ball up. Swings it right side to Jones. On the dribble, Niera forces a shot up. The ball goes out of bounds. And over to Smithson Valley is getting set to check in Jocelyn Sauceda. She replaces Kendall Jones for Lee. Evan Carter with the inbound to Trinity Garrett. Garrett so far 14 on the night. This shot no good. And Ramirez comes away with the basketball for the Lee Volunteers. Here's Castillo on the dribble. Left side, Niera just outside the three-point line. Tries to take it inside. Out of bounds and getting set to check into the game, Elizabeth Williams. She'll be replacing Gabby Elliott for the Smithson Valley Rangers. Lee set to inbound. Niera takes the inbound pass. Whistle and a foul once again. This is the third foul on Trinity Garrett. Third team foul for Smithson Valley. Checking into the game once again, Taylor Diaz for the Rangers. Here's Castillo. Diaz out guarding her. Picks at that time by Lee, trying to work it inside to Tice. Trying to set up a little give and go there, just fell out of the Lee Volunteer defender's hands, not a bounce. And it's Smithson Valley basketball. As Evan Carter on the dribble. Cross court, pass intended for Trinity Garrett. Ball tapped away out of bounds by a Lee Volunteer defender, and it's Ranger basketball. Minute 34 left to go, third quarter. Smithson Valley a 35-18 lead over Lee. One of these teams about to get their first win of the 2020-2021 season. Trinity on the dribble. Loses her footing but maintains her dribble. There's a whistle and a foul, this one on number 10. Jocelyn Salceda, that's her first. Fourth team foul for the Volunteers. And it'll be Smithson Valley basketball under the basket. Nice inbound pass. Pass over from Corinne Levy to Elizabeth Williams for her first bucket of the ball game. It's 37-18 Smithson Valley. There's Niera on the dribble, cross court. Castillo, Niera, Tice in the corner with the three-point attempt, no good. Evan Carter comes away with the rebound. She'll be tied up by Savannah Ramirez. And the possession arrow over to Lee is checking into the game now. Grace Clifton and also Gabby Elliott. They'll replace Corinne Levy and Trinity Garrett. Under a minute left here to go, third quarter. Tice back outside to Niera. Niera on the dribble. Diaz out on her. Kicks it over to Castillo, now left side to Tice. Working it back in the middle to Salceda. Castillo back outside to Tice, trying to work something inside to Castillo, off the glass, no. And there's Williams coming away with the rebound for Smithson Valley. Gabby Elliott takes it across the midcourt line, back out to Evan Carter. Works it to Elliott. Diaz on the dribble, and a whistle and a foul. They got number 3 for Lee. It'll be Meredith Tice, her second. 15 foul for the Volunteers this half. Gabby Elliott gets set to inbound. Diaz. Shot no good off the top of the backboard. And Niera comes away running for Lee. Niera tries to put it up. Ball gets slapped away. She gets her own rebound. Gabby Elliott with the rebound, and that's 3 in the books here at Smithson Valley as the Rangers lead this 37-16. Back with the fourth quarter in just a moment right here on the Ranger Network.
Hi, I'm Kelly Irwin. Sage Capital Bank is proud to partner with Comel in community, families, and students. Go Rangers!
What's your Wi-Fi score? With the GVTC Wi-Fi Score Quiz, you can determine the Wi-Fi speed to suit your needs. Our cyber pros know how to set the mood before streaming their favorite TV show. Take our quick Wi-Fi score quiz today at gvtc.com/Wi-Fi score and make sure your connection is up to speed.
A whole lot of things have changed over the past few months, but some things have stayed just the same. Here at Smithson Valley, we are still making your kids smile. You may not see that as easily with those masks on, but those smiles are just beneath. And when all this passes, and it will, you'll really be reminded of how we just keep making them smile. Thank you for your trust and support, and get your guns up.
Back to the final 8 minutes here at Smithson Valley this evening. It's been all Rangers as they're out 37-18 on the Lee Volunteers. 14 points for Trinity Garrett to lead all Ranger scorers. Lyon Niera, high point for Lee with 12, 4 three-pointers. Scabby Elliott gets things started here in the fourth with a bucket, and it's 39-18 Smithson Valley. Here's Castillo on the dribble. Cuts left side to Niera. Now back to Salceda. Ty Smith handled the pass, bounced away for a moment, gets it over to Niera. Back outside Castillo, three-point attempt, Salceda. No. Rebound off to Williams, and a whistle and a foul. It's a loose ball foul that time, number 15, Savannah Ramirez. Her second. Checking into the game now, Kennedy Richelieu. For the Lee Volunteers, and after that loose ball foul, it's Smithson Valley basketball. Kevin Carter on the dribble, now left side. Here's a jumper, no good. Williams with the putback, no good. And we got a loose ball foul this time on Elizabeth Williams as she picks up her first. 14 foul is checking into the ball game, Trinity Garrett. She replaces Heaven Carter. Also coming in, Allison Howe for Elizabeth Williams. Williams with a basket thus far on the night. And it's Lee basketball. Caitlin Castillo running point as she tries to penetrate, kicks the ball out. Three-point attempt. This one no good. Castillo gets the rebound, puts it back. It's a bucket for Caitlin Castillo. Lead cut now to 39-20. Smithson Valley. Trinity Garrett on the dribble. Right side Diaz. They find Howe in the middle. Nice pass. All by herself. Grace Clifton. She puts it off the glass and through. It's 41-20 Smithson Valley. That's right side, Niera handling the basketball. Now kicks back out to Deb Hernandez, but not before a foul called on Allison Howe, her second of the evening. That's a 15 foul for Smithson Valley, or correction, 16 foul for the Rangers. And it's Lee basketball. Long pass. Shot no good that time for Debbie Hernandez. And the Rangers come away with the basketball. Finding Diaz under the basket. Give Trinity Garrett the assist. Give Diaz the bucket. And she gets in the scorers column tonight. 43-20, Smithson Valley. And a whistle and a timeout, Lee. 5:32 left to go in tonight's ball game. It's been all Rangers, 43-20 over the Lee Volunteers. Back with more in a moment here on the Ranger Network.
Hi, I'm Brenda Bueno, loan assistant at Sage Capital Bank. We want to give a shout out to all the Smithson Valley coaches and teachers for all that they do. Go Rangers!
I'm Dr. Matt Bayless with Summerhill Dental. If you've been putting off going to see the dentist out of fear, I want you to know that it's time to go see your dentist. We have a procedure in place on how we intake patients and how we handle all patients to make sure everybody's experience here at our office is safe and productive. People have been afraid to go to the dentist just for a routine cleaning, but we've got you covered. It's time to come back and see your dentist. Summerhill Dental, your Smithson Valley dentist.
Back with you to Spring Branch, Texas. 14 points on the night for Trinity Garrett. Gabby Elliott right behind her with 13. Gabby, unanimous first team all-district choice in 2019-2020. We're certainly seeing her value out on the floor tonight for the Rangers. 5:32 left to go in tonight's ball game. It's Lee basketball. Inbound pass comes to Castillo. Right-handed dribble. Now hands off to Jones. Here's Salceda. Kicking it back to Richelieu and over to Jones as she tries to penetrate. Got a lazy hook up. No good. Talking about Gabby Elliott. She was there to gather the ball in for Smithson Valley and bring it down the court. Trinity Garrett now with the basketball. Right side, pass inside, but there's a whistle and a foul. She was trying to set something up with Clifton. Third foul on Savannah Ramirez. Their fifth team foul this evening. It's Grace Clifton to the line. Her first free throw attempt is good. 3 in the quarter thus far for Grace Clifton. And a 24-point lead for the Rangers. Grace tries her second free throw attempt. This one good as well. So Grace Clifton 4 in the quarter, 4 on the night. Trying to work it inside. Back out to Castillo. They find Jones as she tries to penetrate. Jones off the glass and good. Second bucket of the evening for Kendall Jones. Our score 45-22, Smithson Valley on top. Here's Trinity Garrett. Coming left side to Levy. Back out to Garrett. Setting up the offense. Once again, left side to Levy. And this time a blocking foul called. And they got Savannah Ramirez, that is her fourth. As Lyon Nieta gets set to check into the ball game. She'll be replacing Caitlin Castillo. And Corinne Levy to the line for Smithson Valley. Her free throw attempt is no good. Is coming away with the basketball. Trinity Garrett. And a whistle. And that's 5 on Savannah Ramirez as they call this on number 15 for the Lee Volunteers. And Savannah Ramirez is fouled out of the basketball game. It's 9 team fouls thus far on the evening. As Meredith Tice comes in to replace Savannah Ramirez. And Trinity Garrett goes to the free throw line. First free throw attempt falls true. That's her first points of the fourth quarter. Second free throw attempt coming. As both Heaven Carter and Elizabeth Williams get set to check into the ball game for Smithson Valley. Heaven Carter in for Trinity Garrett. Elizabeth Williams checks into the ball game for Allison Howe. We may have seen the last of Trinity Garrett for this evening, and what an evening she has had. Whistle and a foul on the Lee side of the basketball. Let's see. It's a foul on Heaven Carter, her second. 16 foul. Oh, the Smithson Valley Rangers. Kendall Jones, her second bucket, as she kisses it off the glass and through the rim. And our score now 47-24. As we've got a timeout on the floor taken by head coach Kate Henderson of the Lee Volunteers. Back with more in just a moment right here on the Ranger Network.
Tonight's broadcast on Rangers Network is brought to you by GVTC, Ferris Orthodontics, Smoky Moe's Barbecue, Fisher's Market, Sage Capital Bank, HEB, Summerhill Dental, Dermatology San Antonio, and Wick Productions.
Back to Spring Branch and Smithson Valley Ranger Gym here on the campus of Smithson Valley High School. What an evening we've seen from Trinity Garrett. 7 in the first quarter, 5 in the second. She had 2 in the third quarter and a pair of free throws in the fourth quarter. 16 points thus far in the night for Trinity Garrett. The night may be done with 3:45 left to go in tonight's contest. And the Rangers out to a commanding 47-24 lead over the Lee Volunteers. And it's Smithson Valley basketball. Levy inbounds the basketball to get the Rangers across midcourt. Back out to Levy. Now Gabby Elliott on the dribble. Back out to Levy, driving, looking for Heaven Carter. Niera with the takeaway, unable to convert, and the Rangers have the ball once again. Here's Gabby Elliott on the dribble. Gabby takes it right side, works it inside to Williams. Now finding a trailing Grace Clifton for the bucket. 6 in the quarter for Grace Clifton, and it's Smithson Valley on top, 49-24. 3-point attempt by Niero. Why not give it a shot? She's got 4 thus far on the evening. As Jones comes away with a rebound. Tries to take it up. Nothing doing there, but there's a whistle and a foul on Corinne Levy. That's her first. 17 foul on Smithson Valley. Lee now in the bonus as Kendall Jones goes to the free throw line. Kendall 4 in the quarter, 6 for the game, and her first free throw falls through. 49-25. As Taylor Diaz gets set to check into the ball game. Second free throw attempt for Jones is good. Taylor Diaz checking in along with Carolyn Diaz. Diaz and Diaz. I love that combination. We're replacing Corinne Levy and Gabby Elliott. What a night for Gabby. Get her number in a moment. Kendall Jones comes away with the steal for Lee. She attempts a layup. It's a whistle and a foul. They're going to get Heaven Carter for her third. 18 foul on Smithson Valley. And Kendall Jones to the line for a pair of free throws once again. She misses on that one. And her second free throw attempt coming. Heaven Carter getting some instructions from head coach Matthew Sutherland. Her second free throw, no good as well. And the Volunteers get a rebound. 3-point attempt by Niera. And the ball goes out of bounds. Jones checks out of the ball game. Kennedy Richelieu checking in for the Lee Volunteers, and it's Smithson Valley basketball. Evan Carter on the dribble. Back out in front and a timeout called by Smithson Valley with 2:20 left to go in tonight's ball game. It's been all Smithson Valley. They're up 23, 49-26 over the Lee Volunteers. More in a moment on the Ranger Network.
What's your Wi-Fi score? With the GVTC Wi-Fi Score Quiz, you can determine the Wi-Fi speed to suit your needs. Our cyber pros know how to set the mood before streaming their favorite TV show. Take our quick Wi-Fi score quiz today at gvtc.com/Wi-Fi score and make sure your connection is up to speed.
Back to Smithson Valley this evening. Dias with the inbounds pass. Comes left side to Diaz. Now back out to Evan Carter. Shot off the glass, no good. Rebound coming away to the Rangers this time. The rebound falls true for Gabby Elliott. Her 4th point of the quarter. Smithson Valley opens up a 51-26 lead over Lee. Pass stolen by Williams. Here's Gabby Elliott. Pass intended for Evan Carter, stolen by Niera for Lee. She takes it the distance, off the glass, no good. And Williams takes the ball away on the rebound. Niera got the rebound, but Williams stripped her of it. Pass down court, Gabby Elliott with a bucket and a foul. 6 in the quarter for Gabby Elliott. And that foul on number 3, Meredith Tice, that's her 3rd. Rangers down the double bonus. Gabby Elliott will go to the line. Checking in now, Debbie Hernandez replacing Laya Niera for Lee. Elliott's free throw attempt. This one no good. And the rebound comes off to Lee. Here's Castillo. Pass just out of the reach of Tice, but gathered in by Salcedo for the Volunteers. Try to work it inside to Tice. That one knocked away and out of bounds by Williams, and it'll be Lee basketball with 1:11 left in tonight's ball game. Debbie Hernandez prepares for the inbound. Comes to her left to go to Salcedo. Now Richelieu. Over to Castillo. And Salcedo trying to work it inside to Richelieu. Nice little running jumper. Too short. Gabby Elliott comes away with the basketball. Jumper, no. Williams there for the rebound of the putback, and it's good. First bucket of the quarter for Elizabeth Williams. She's got 4 on the night. And Smithson Valley opens up a 55-26 lead. Here's Salcedo. And Lee Kennedy Richelieu being called for an offensive foul for an illegal screen. That is her 3rd. And it's Smithson Valley basketball. Here's Evan Carter on the dribble. Now under a minute. Smithson Valley on their way to their first win of the season this evening. Carter just tries to dribble it out. Now Diaz trying to work it inside to Williams. Nothing doing there as Castillo comes away with the basketball. That's a foul on Evan Carter of Smithson Valley, her 4th. 9th team foul of the evening. As Caitlin Castillo will go to the free throw line. Here's her first free throw attempt. This one good. All her points coming in the 4th quarter. That's 3 on the night for Caitlin Castillo. Just with a little under 8 seconds left in tonight's game. Smithson Valley's going to take their first win of the 2020-2021 campaign into San Antonio in Littleton Gym, where they'll meet Johnson tomorrow afternoon with a 12:30 tip-off. And there's your final. It's Smithson Valley 55 and the Lee Volunteers 28. We thank you so much for joining us this evening at Smithson Valley Gymnasium. Don't forget, tomorrow, Rangers Network be right back here for boys basketball as the Smithson Valley Rangers, under head coach Ike Thornton, will take on head coach Rudy Bernal's Antonian Apaches. Tip-off set for 2 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, and we look forward to seeing you right here.